desk, you can find Microsoft Surface Laptop 3. Now, there's one thing about Microsoft Surface laptops, or Microsoft Surface generally. They produce select few number of systems, or let me say few number of designs. They don't just produce different types, different names, different brands. What you'll find out there is actually a Surface laptop, a Surface Book, a Surface Pro, then a Surface Studio. So those are the 4 major categories that are out there, and they so much produce them with premium quality. So if you're looking for a premium kind of system, this is the laptop to go for any Windows laptop. There is no other brand that does Windows except Surface that does it this perfect. That is just a fact. So let's look at this particular system in question. What I have here, I have 3 different pieces, but they are all the same. Although these ones here are Core i7, this one is a Core i5, and I will get to why I'm using it later on. So this video, what will this video be doing? A couple of things. Number one, we'll be introducing you to what makes it premium or special. We'll also be telling you a few things about the spec, the configuration, and what makes it different from other brands out there. Then I'll also be telling you the perfection with the battery lifestyle, the battery life duration, or the battery duration. Okay. Then I will also do my best to try and make you see how sleek, what makes it sleek, what makes it better, then how fast it is. Okay. Then I will also do my best to make sure that I show you certain unique features within the system. So let's start the video. Now let's look at this system. What really makes it different? Number one, it is so sleek to the extent that the phone I'm currently using to record this video is even slimmer than the phone. It's an iPhone actually. So if you check from this point to this point, it's so slim. This place is a bit thick. So let me quickly check my phone itself. The phone I'm using right now is an Android phone. Let me see. Can you see that? Just about the same. You see that? This place is just a bit thicker. Let me check here. Can you see it? A bit thicker. So which of them is slimmer? I think this is still slimmer, right? So if you use an iPhone with this, it's just the same from here. The same thickness, So, okay. So I'm back here. Now let's check the port options on this system. Because this system is so sleek, you can see that I'm carrying it. It's so light as well. I'll check the weight very soon. Now, because it is so sleek, you have limited ports on it. So you have a USB-C here. I think the USB-C is here. Then you have the USB here. Then you as well have the mic, where you plug in your mic. Then this part is where you just put in the charger. Okay, so the charger is always coming this way or this way. I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. Now at the back there is no port. There are no ports here. So that's for the ports. Now let's look at a few other things. Now this system is always a Microsoft laptop, Surface laptop is always designed this way. They're always with touchscreen, always with backlights. So that's why I said premium. And again, it is always not a budget laptop. There's nothing about budgets. Everything done here, every single hardware is done with optimal quality. Okay, so let's check what the keyboard layout is like. You can see that the color here is peach, I guess, peach, and the keyboard as well is peach. You want to see. Let me put on this third one. I think there's something that is unique about the system. The first thing I like about this system, about any Microsoft Surface product, is that immediately you touch your power switch, the system displays immediately. That's more like saying the system doesn't have any post process, POST. We call something post on Windows. It's just like it doesn't have, but it actually has. It's there, or it's super fast, super quick. And I'm sure it's a result of the chip that has been installed for that purpose. Okay, and it's always very fast. Did you hear that sound? Did you just hear that sound? On this very tiny machine, That's why I said it is premium. It is always premium. Okay, so I'm just going to close that at the moment. So I'm trying to give you a detailed description of what it is like. Now let's check out the chassis. The chassis here, you heard that sound as well. That is aluminum. Okay, and everything here, the screen is 14 inches screen. The resolution is about, I think, 2599 or 2955 by 1920. I'll check it very soon. So it's so detailed, like so detailed. Every single thing here is premium design. So I'm just playing around. Let's see. I want to see what these weights of these laptops are going to be. Three different laptops giving me what? 3.9 kg. Three different laptops. 3.9 kg, 2.59 kg, 1.3 kg. Imagine that is just about three bottles of Coke, 50 cl. 3 bottles of a 50 cl Coca-Cola, that's just what the weight of this thing is like. 1.3 kg. Okay, so that tells us the weight. That gives us the weight. Okay, so we are going to quickly look deeper into this system. So I quickly want to check this system. This particular laptop, or let me say these laptops, these two here are Core i7 10th generation and 16 gig RAM, 256 SSD. But this particular one here is actually Core i5 10th generation, 16 gig and 256. Okay, so there is this comparison that people always talk about. When people want to purchase a system or just make a choice, they're always saying Core i5 is faster than an i3, or an i7 is faster than an i5. So I decided to do a test, because for me, I believe that recent laptops are actually making a difference. The new chips that are coming out are more efficient in a lot of ways, not just the processor. In fact, the RAM, there is a reason why they call some RAM PC3 or PC3L or PC4 than PC5. There are differences in the speed of those RAMs. So this kind of laptop, of course, uses a PC4 RAM, but in this case, it is onboard chip. So let's test. Let's try and see if a Core i7. I'm bringing an HP right now. A Core i7 that is actually Core i7 but 8th gen. Let's compare it to a Core i5 that is what? 10th gen. We have Core i7 16 gig RAM here, but we have Core i5 16 gig RAM. I think you get the comparison. So let's try to see if there's going to be a difference in their speed. Let's just try to. I'm just going to try and copy files. Let me just copy same file here, the same size of file here. I'll copy it there. So I have few files here, like 2 movies. I have them here. I have the same 2 movies here. So when I do that copying, I'll see which one would finish it first. You want to join me, right? Let's have it. So what I want to do right now is to compare a Core i5 10th gen 16 gig RAM with a Core i7 8th gen 16 gig RAM. I want to see if a higher generation system can actually outperform a higher spec of processor. I want to see if that's going to be something to look out for when you're buying a system. So I'm copying these 2 files right now. I'm going to copy this. Then I place my hands on pastes. I've not pasted yet. I'm going to copy these 2 files. Copy. Let's see. I'm putting my hands on paste. So I go ahead and then let's see. Okay, they're off. So let's see if which of them is going to be faster than the other. This Core i7 is doing so fast, Did I do one go before the other? Okay. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. This i7 is just beating this one up right now. But it's done already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So something is happening here. I don't understand. This Core i7 is still beating this one. So let me do a confirmation. Let's see. The difference is just too much. Because this is beating my own expectation. So perhaps something is happening here. I don't know. I'm going to do that test again with the Core i7. The Core i7 version that I have here. I'm going to use it to try and see what it is like. But before that, let me see what the processor speed here is like. Processor. Okay. That's the 1.9. That's the 1.9. Processor. This is a 1.2. Okay. 1.9, 1.2. Maybe that is the difference. Let's be so sure. So I want to see. This is actually a Core i7 10th gen. So I'm going to try to copy just to place the file. Let's see. Let's place it here. So this. Let me review this one as well. Replace. Okay. Let me give it some benefit. Okay. At the same time. Oh. Definitely. This one started before it, and this one is just running, just like so fast, super fast. But today, the HP is winning. The HP is winning, but we really need to see what the cause of this is. Okay, so what I've been able to discover regarding this system is that when you're using a USB port, it's quite faster here on this Core i7. Even this Core i7 is not acting fast with this, but on the USB port. So I was so curious that how is an 8th gen, going to do better than a 10th gen? So I decided to get the Type-C connector and I have an SSD here. I have just one SSD to test with. So I'm going to use my Type-C connector and put it on the Type-C port. And I'm also going to do that here. So I've tested that already, but just for you to have an idea of what it is. So after I copied a file of 45 gig here, within a minute, the copying was done. Those file transfer was completed here within 1 minute. But here it took about 2 minutes because here it was copying at the speed of 1000 megabytes per second. That was the speed it was using to copy steadily, and at the point it dropped to around 400 MB per second. And here it gave me something like 200 plus MB per second. That was what it was giving me constantly. At the point it rose to 300 plus, but it came back to. So the way I would conclude this is that both of them are very fast. They are super fast, but this is a system that actually prides more on the Type-C port. You want to do transfers, please just rely on the Type-C port. It does it so fast. We have checked it right now. It does it so super fast. 45 gig file copying within 1 minute. But here, this one is going to do it both on the USB. It's going to do it very fast. Then on the Type-C as well, it's going to do it very fast. But I suspect this system is just having one USB slot, but I don't know why they must have put maybe a 2.0 or a 2.5 because it's very slow. The USB copying here is very, very slow. But here we have the 3.0 port, so that was what I was using. So in reality, both of them are very fine. So the little bad side I find on this design is the fact that the USB port is actually a 2.0. I believe that's what it's going to be. Okay, then the second thing I don't like about this system, is the fact that this way that the charger is produced, you have to rely on this area, so there is always a pull from this side So except you want to take your charger over there, of course it's magnetic, but you can see it. So if your charger is over there, it's going to be pulling it this way. Then some people might just want to do something like this, and that's going to be a mistake. So this way, this particular part of the charger breaks easily on the internal part. It breaks easily. So that's a design I really do not like how it was done, you know. So the charger, it's a place maybe Microsoft might want to consider to redesign. Then the last thing I don't like, I've mentioned two things that I don't like about it. The USB port is very slow. Then the orientation of the charger is the second thing. Then the last one is how expensive the touch screen is when you want to replace. If there is any reason why maybe you need to replace the touch screen, maybe it's not working again or it's broken, then it's quite expensive. I mean, you can get it around the range of say 150,000 to 200,000. That is what you'll be getting. The touch screen alone is as expensive as the screen of a MacBook, you know. So who are those people that can actually make use of this system, you know? Is it, you know, number one, I'll talk about if you have the creatives that like their work to appear very neatly, this system is so perfect for them. Creatives like architects, you know, you have video editors, you have people that are into content, you know, you do a lot of content and you want to edit. Graphics editing is also very okay. Then you can also have those that are into data analysis. This system is also very fine for them. But the unique thing about it is that it's of premium design. It is very beautiful. It is very sleek, and as we have mentioned, a lot of details has been put, you know, on this system for optimal performance. So I guess that is all I will have to say about Microsoft Surface Laptop 3. Microsoft Surface Laptop 3, the 10th generation version of it. Please subscribe to our channel and make sure you make comments that we can actually respond to. And again, this comment will also help us to get some visibility. Thank you so much.